Now, you would have already seen my complete overview of the brand spanking new Abarth 695 70th Anniversario. Well, here it is. And one of the things that I really want to show you today is what this thing is like to drive. A first drive review around here in Milan. Quite a bit of hype about this car, and there's always a question around, is this going to be any different to what the current range is like? Well, there's only really one way to find out. So without further ado, let's jump in, let's give it a start up, and let's go. Okay, so this is my first drive of the brand new Abarth 695 70th Anniversario. So this should be good fun. So obviously the first thing I did, obviously if you haven't seen my full overview video, make sure to check that out, because I give you the full ins and outs of this, including obviously tricolore seats. We do have the record Monza exhaust on this car. I don't know if you can hear it. It does sound nice. I would have liked to have seen an Akrapovic on here, if I'm honest with you, just because I think the Akrapovic for me sounds a little bit better, but also fills out the holes in the back a bit more. Cool, so let's do this. Let's check out this little mini course, I guess, that Abarth have put together here for us at Abarth Day. So we're in Milan, and yeah, I mean, look, this is the thing for me. It's the inside of this car, for me, driven lots of Abarths, feels familiar. I can see the kind of green Monza 1958 paint here on the door cards, but yeah, other than this, it feels quite familiar right now. Doesn't take away from the fact that I don't really enjoy driving Abarths. I love driving these cars, and in fact, because they've got so much character, makes for these kind of things to be so much fun. Now, the key difference here is the of course the big Assetto Corsa rear wing, and we're going to see just what that's like. I'm waiting for my green flag. Obviously hard on the brakes. We've got the Brembo, steering is good, we've got the Koni FSD dampers. They have pulled together quite a cool little circuit here, actually. You can really throw it. Wow, that's technical, isn't it? Hard on the brakes, into first, power out. Back into first. It is fun. I mean, just look at me. I'm barely getting out of second. It is literally a really tight, twisty, it's really twisty in fact. Oh wow, look at that, hard on the brakes, into a hairpin, power out. Mr. Green Flag Man has told me to slow down. That was really cool. Flipping hell, that is really cool. Now we are being slowed down by the marshals, which is all right. But I mean, that was great fun. That was great fun. And the thing is, this is so nimble, so light. You can just really punch it. As we get into another little test here, look at this. In here, throw it, and again. Oh, it's just brilliant fun. Slowing it down. And we're done. That's the end of lap 1. Now, what can I tell you about that? I mean, look, I'm sure you've just seen how much fun that was. And look, that's what this car is all about. This car is all about the fun factor. All of the Abarths are about the fun factor. But what about this car specifically? The 695 70th Anniversario car. Now, like I've said, if I'm honest with you, just doing this lap, I wouldn't have really known that I was in a brand new car. Everybody outside would have, because this would have looked completely different because of the massive wing. The car felt really stable. I mean, I got it up to nearly the top of 4th. I wouldn't say that I felt massive improvement in the downforce, but I think you'll notice it much more on the motorway. Now we're about to do one last lap. Make sure the TTC is off, because I had it on before. So now we're going to do another lap. Now I'm a little bit more familiar. Let's see what this is like. But yeah, I mean, from a comfort perspective here with the Tricolore seat belts, again, they're normal seat belts, so they are comfortable seats for me anyway. I think some people find them a little bit more tricky. The bolstering is superb on these. Seating position, unfortunately, still remains the point where you do sit a little bit high in this car. The steering wheel feel, in fact, you know what? Now that I've driven a number of cars, the actual steering wheels, they feel a little bit big on the 595, which is quite interesting, because I used to be like, oh, these are nice wheels, but it is a little bit big. I've got Mr. Petrol Ped behind me now, and yeah, just waiting for the green light. And we're going to go one more time, this time with the TTC switched off. Let's go. Right, let's see. Hard on the anchors, throw it in. Yeah, this is the thing with these cars, they're just hilariously good fun, and they're like go-karts. That's the thing, they are literally like go-karts. Hard on the brakes, power out. 0 to 60, 6.7 seconds, but that doesn't really matter. Hard on the brakes again around this technical circuit, no understeer, point and go, bang, down into first. Have a listen to the exhaust. Back down into first gear around here. We're going to power out now, here we go. Tell you what, I mean, I talk on the fact that they should have been 200 plus horsepower, and I still stand by that. I still stand by the fact this car at 200 horsepower would be insane, and it should come out of the factory. But I'm not taking away from 180 with loads of torque, 185 foot-pounds of torque as I come to the final turn. That was brilliant. I'll tell you what, these cars are, they're going to be getting a battering because everyone is going to be driving, well, I don't know if they'll be driving them as hard as I just have, but I'll tell you what, that was good fun. Now, let me park up and I'll give you a quick debrief of what I think this car is, my first impressions of driving the new 70th Anniversario 695. Mate, alright, first of all, I don't know about you, but I absolutely spanked.
I was following you. You off the line, you're like,
mate, I was gone. They had this little flag, which you guys would have seen, and I just burnt it out off the line and just sent it. And mate, did you know what? This is the thing, like, and I've talked about in my first video about power, I talked about here, but when you really get into it and you get fully immersed in the drive, it really doesn't make a difference, does it?
No, it bogged down a bit in second, but like you said, you were doing most corners in first.
Yeah, I was in the first.
Which feels wrong, because you're like, bang!
Yeah, straight into first. Yeah, that gearbox took a beat. So the gearbox is fine, which means it's very durable and all that.
Yes.
And did you have TTC on or off? Which is
I think I had it off, but I'm not sure.
Cool, because that might bog you down a little bit. But I mean, my first impressions of driving the car are, for me, it feels very similar to the 595 Comp 595 SS. I didn't go fast enough to really notice the downforce, but I believe them, and I think it will work.
135 Ks down the back.
Solid, man. I don't even know. I just know I topped out in 4th.
And by the way, that might not sound very much on the motorway, but on this circuit, that's really fun.
It's like a playground. I loved it. I actually loved it. But
Did you use the handbrake at all?
No, I came close.
Had it been left-hand drive, right-hand drive, I'd have had the handbrake on. But
yeah. But anyway, look, from me and from Pete, I mean, you enjoyed the drive, didn't you? Yeah, it's a really cool car. Yeah. The Abarths always are. Make sure to check out Pete's channel because he'll have a video on his, well, on the same car, but his take and his driving.
I'm following him.
There you go. So I'll leave Petrol Ped's description, links in the description. Make sure to do. Obviously, I'll have another video on the 695 and Abarth day, so check those out if you haven't already. My name's Stef. You guys have been awesome, and I'll see you all very soon on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.